We're seeing an evolution just by the increased capacity for people to organize. We're seeing what's called geo-agnostic groups where people are able to come together around not just values, but around common interests, and whether those interests maybe in the real world would not have been enough to create or to have enough of a community around you in proximity. You have communities of hundreds of thousands of people that are into knitting, that are into bird watching, that are into gardening, that are into comic book collecting. And so what's nice is the scale, right? Now it's easier than ever to find something that's so niche and that might be hard for you to connect. And no matter what you're into, there is another group of people out there that are also into it. So the way we form those connections are different. What I do think is interesting about communities is that, you know, they also reflect, we're seeing the evolution of rituals, right? Whether it exists on a platform or whether it exists in a gaming environment or a Facebook group, eventually they all come together and they sort of start forming these rituals. One of the things that I find really fascinating is I like to look at, for example, in video gaming worlds, you'll always have players that are really well known, right? Or people that are just very well known inside that community. And I'm not even talking about professionals. I'm just like players that are well known. And whenever something happens, like whenever a well-known player passes away, there's always a reaction in the gaming world. And we have seen gaming companies add avatars and turn people that used to contribute to the community and sort of memorialize them as non-playable characters. We've seen rituals where in multiplayer world communities, everyone goes to a specific space, which is really interesting. All the players go to a specific server at a specific time in order to pay their respects. And so we're sort of seeing this like inherently human desire to form connection and to create rituals and to find commonality, but it's just playing out in these spaces that we've never imagined. Like if I'm going to pay my respects to somebody and I'm with a close group of people that I know through these communities, does it matter if I'm on a virtual asteroid in space versus if I'm in a park in my neighborhood? Like what is it that actually matters? It's the connection that I feel and the contributions that I feel being validated as being part of this like larger collective.